Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another tournament match for the main tournament of A Link to the Past Randomizer. It's game one versus, we got Soyhr and Gylgamesh here doing a fantastic cross-hunt mode. But first is first. I am Lonavine, joined today on commentary by the one and only Willard J. Bradley. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm back. Long
He's back,
time no
baby.
see. I'm
Hey.
back.
We also
And,
got Tracking by Keaton. Sorry, go ahead.
nothing. I had to come cheer on, unbiased, of course. Gilgamesh, good buddy of mine. So, but unbiased, of course.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, we were chatting before a little bit. This is first game here versus these two here in this round, but they have a little bit of history in this tournament this year. How about that?
Yeah, there was actually a couple rematches going into brackets, which, is bound to happen. And this was definitely one of them in their group meetup. I believe Gilgamesh took their match 2-0 over Soyhr. So this will be Sawyer's chance to get that revenge in the matches that really count, or Gilgamesh is gonna just keep doing what they're doing.
Absolutely. And for anybody who may be new to the mode, it's cross hunt. Pretty good. It's kind of like cross keys with a Triforce hunt, except you know where all the Triforce pieces are. You got one Triforce piece on every single main boss of the game. You have two located in Ganon's Tower behind Ice Armos and the GT Climb behind Moldorm 2. So the point is, you really don't care what your dungeons are, only that you can clear them. And the only dungeons you typically can care about are generally Green Pendant or maybe your 5-6 crystals. It looks like we're starting here, so we'll see if we can get the scene switched over soon.
I don't know who's in charge of that, but we will joyfully watch from this tiny screen in the bottom right and left corner.
There you go. Hope you're enjoying chat. I'm gonna go ping somebody.
Yes, please do that. It's okay. It's early game. There's nothing happening. There's nothing to get excited about. They're just walking through Super Bunny Cave. I've played a lot of cross keys, but from the few cross hunt seeds that I've played when I was just playing around with the modes for this tournament, I tended to like the mode a little better. There's just something about not having to get these 7 specific dungeon prizes to win the game. Rather, I like when you have a seed or a mode, especially when you got like Entrance Shuffle and Key Sanity, when you have choices. I think
absolutely
having the choice, having different potential go modes is just really nice. Okay, well, we do have one connector to get us up to Dark. Well, that was up at Dark Death Mountain at the Turtle Rock laser exit. So, once we find a mirror, we can utilize that to check out East Death Mountain. Sorry about the holdup, everyone. Hopefully we can get this sorted out pretty soon. We do see, I believe, Gilgamesh picking up a sword out of the back of tavern. Nice find.
Always good to have an early sword.
It's going to make things a lot easier going through caves, like Spiral Cave or whatnot, anything with enemies in your way. And it's one of those items we're going to need to beat the game. So, yeah, kind of important.
Yeah, I need a couple of those. Oh, hi, Ice Rod. How you doing?
Was that Ice Rod sitting on the ledge? Is that what that was?
Oh, yes, it was.
All right.
Which again, pendants and crystals we don't necessarily care about, but Ice Rod is one step closer to Trinex, so it's not a bad thing to know about.
Yeah, it's one of those that's like, okay, well, I can get that 100% once I find the mirror and Moon Pearl. Well, not even Moon Pearl sometimes, but later on. Or find a connector that gets me there. It's good info to have. Not something you're going to go, like, immediately change your routing to be like, okay, I'm hitting up every connector so I can get this Ice Rod. If it was like a Moon Pearl or a Hammer or something else like that.
Moon Pearl, Hammer, Boot, something, yeah.
There we go. Thank you.
Thank you to whomever is doing that. We appreciate it.
I can see. It's so much brighter now. And there's audio. Oh, this is lovely.
Things were getting tracked in the background, though. No need to worry.
Oh, nice. Got our lamp here out of the cack well, I believe.
Also, not a bad find. It's not something we necessarily need, but early on, it just gives you a little more stability, especially with your dark connectors.
Yeah, depending on... There's that one dark connector that has, like, the diagonal with all the holes, and then, like, the double bats and all the pitfalls, and that one's kind of annoying to get through without light. But the other ones are not too shabby.
Yeah, Soyhr definitely helps with that.
The challenge is definitely figuring out a means to recognize what each cave entrance is when you find it.
Another funny note, Gylgamesh does find a skull small key. In the regular cross keys, there's a guaranteed small key to skull in skull, but not so much in this branch since it is behind Avian Art. So a small key to skull or two is not going to be turned down.
We do have our mountain access point. Get us straight up to the mountain where we'll hopefully be able to save the old man to open up some new save and quit points, but also we immediately find Desert Palace right side. Gylgamesh is going to go ahead and grab this item off the in this chest, check what's on the torch, and I would assume Death Warp to go continue checking out Death Mountain. Ooh, never mind.
Looks like we have mountain access multiple ways.
Now that we have the flute, you just go ahead and check one of these exits just to get that info.
I definitely would. I mean, yeah, save and quit, or...
He's not going to do it.
Exactly. Get right back to CAC.
Early flute is such a nice find. Just having that mobility option.
It is. You got all that light rolled check that you need to do quickly. No need to walk around. Like, would you prefer boots? Early on, honestly, flute is better if you can turn flute into boots eventually, but it's still quite nice.
I think I'd almost rather have flute early in like an entrance shuffle mode than boots early.
No, absolutely. Like
just
boots,
because there's a lot more freedom to actually like check connectors and explore a little bit more without being like, oh man, but if it sends me elsewhere, then I have to go through this connector to get all the way back here, and it's a real pain in the butt.
Yup.
Nice find. We got Tower of Hera not too far from its main entrance.
No hookshot or big key, but either of those two items, and it's a beatable dungeon.
What music are we listening to today?
This sounds like Final Fantasy... Let's see, what is it? It's a remix MSU released by... Oh, goodness gracious. It's all a blank right now. Give me a sec.
It's not... Don't worry about it. It's not super important. You could have just said Final Fantasy. I'd be like, cool. But no, I know what you mean when you're like, man, I know this. I just need to know this before I can move on with my day. We did see over on Gylgamesh's side picking up that Ether medallion here up on the mountain, while Soyhr picks up not only the glove from Uncle in the Lost Woods dropdown, but also a mirror, which will make their mountain trip even more efficient, I'd say.
So this is Final Fantasy mixed by Leoria. Really good one. Download it if you don't have it, chat. Do it.
Oh, so you're 2 rupees short from doing chess game. There we go. Thank you, Bush Crab. And I didn't see what connector that was, but Gylgamesh is back in the lower light world area, heading towards Lake Hylia. Do a couple checks.
So Sawyer's got the mirror, and Gylgamesh has the flute.
Mm-hmm. That's early mirror is such a nice one to have too, because then I'd say to a degree you could even be more adventurous with your connectors even without Moon Pearl, because you just never know when you're gonna get popped out at like Bumper Ledge or TR Connector, any of those.
Alright, so bad news, good news. Good news, found Sickid. He's just chilling up that, up near the northeast of the forest there. But the downside is that's kind of where the well is too.
Oh, that's what. Okay, Cackwell was at the drop down. That is unfortunate. You never want to see that. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I'd rather Ganon be there than Kakariko Well be there. I'd rather know what I need to do rather than having potentially required stuff there and having to make that difficult choice later on.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it guarantees boots eventually. You gotta find your CT smalls, which are typically buried. Hey, Ganon, how you doing? But it's almost a mode I like to have Ganon vanilla in this because you're gonna climb likely anyway, so you may as well just have an excuse to do it immediately when you can.
Oh yeah, anytime I play some sort of form of cross keys, I always want a vanilla Ganon because I always want the climb to be required no matter what. Because I've played enough cross keys where it's like, okay, what are my options? Okay, climb GT or Pennant Swamp. Which one do I pick? It's never fun.
It's a bad choice either way.
I'm shocked that Gylgamesh refusing to go activate this. Or did he activate the flute? He must have just did it. Yeah, he did it.
Okay,
I thought I was looking elsewhere. My brain was gone.
It's also good news for him though. He is about to find his mirror.
And his glove, which was from the uncle here in the Lost Woods. Okay, it looks like there was a second connector up to Death Mountain, one of the dark cave connectors. I got Soyhr up here rather than the what I call the dancing lady from Kakariko. She's she's boogieing on down.
Exactly. Game just really wants us on the mountain though.
A lot of goodies.
Early mirror is tough. Oh, sorry, God.
I was just gonna say I always need more coffee. I'm working on it, all right?
Coffee's very important. I have not had any today.
I can gladly cover for the next minute if you need to go get one. I'm just that nice of a person.
I appreciate it.
I'm also, I have my usual map tracker up that I'm kind of marking where stuff is, just for reference points.
Not a bad idea. I tried it a few times, and it's like my brain can't double process things. I get really quiet for a while. My commentator coworker is like, "Are you there?" Yeah, I'm sorry.
Where'd you go? All right, so we're going to use that mirror to go check out what's in Tower of Hera. Will there be any benefit to this find? Well, you got to save the old man.
Legally, for once. Legally.
Yeah. I mean, how often in a mode like this do you actually find the main entrance to Mountain Cave first? The Mountain Rescue Cave first?
Yeah, it's like under 10% you have a legal Gary Rescue, I think, probably.
Okay, I think this was just a calculated death to ensure that they don't die from boulders while delivering the old man to his safe house, which I think is a pretty smart, real heads-up play. It's one of those things where I think runners can value from assessing their situation and knowing their limits, knowing what they're capable of doing. Same with like going into a boss fight under-leveled or under-equipped. It's like, can I do this? Can I pull this off? Is it worth the risk?
And it's also beneficial because if the cabbages want to kill you, they will. There's sometimes nothing you could do about it.
They will find you. They will hunt you down.
They will. Every way possible, you'll get bonked.
Ooh, nice blue mail there for Gylgamesh. Alright, what's next? What do we got? Where are we going? Gylgamesh finally getting his bombs out of the house. That, in an entrance shuffle, getting 10 bombs in your house, but at the 12-minute mark, 12.5-minute mark is really funny.
I always start at Link's house in the off chance I got some early bombs.
I've been going Sank Start a lot for like all the modes that I play.
I love the Link's house start into into the shop down to the right, just those two checks, because sometimes you just get really lucky with a connector, which gets you something important or a blindside or something.
I've certainly had my experiences of like 30 minutes finally checking those, and it's like Blind's Hut or Mini Molten Cave with good stuff. I'm like, why does this keep happening? It's like that and the desert cave. The desert ferry. Every time.
Or the worst yet, the worst check to sometimes check is Light Hive Cave.
Yes.
It's right next to your house, and you just never go there.
It's in a weird spot. Like, unless you're gonna skip the dam and head towards Ice Rock Cave, why are you checking that? When are you gonna check that?
Oh, look, that's the back of Mountain Star.
Oh, we did find Eastern Palace here, over by Eastern Palace.
I'm shocked. It's kind of like finding pod in your pod.
Gylgamesh is gonna skip out on that Moon Pearl in the first chest. See, it's been, we're only 14 minutes in, but man, these items are very slow coming in. Particularly our dungeon items.
I don't like the early Eastern skip. There's 3 legal checks there right now.
We also have that lamp, so...
I'll make that 4 legal checks, you are right.
I completely missed what the green pennant was. It was two-faced.
Meyer.
Meyer? Okay. Anything from Saha's hut? Nope. Just some resources. Man, that early flute is so nice. I'm sure Sawyer's also like, yes!
Oh, that flute mirror combo. If you find boots right now, you are just happy as a clam.
Wait, was Desert left at Desert right? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Probably. And look, we found Thieves Town.
Nice. So Thieves Town at Saha's hut, and we did see that looked like bumper climb, the bumper cave bottom part over in the desert area. So another potential connector to use at some point once we have the resources to do so. What a delightful overworld theme.
Oh, it's such a good MSU. Definitely give it a shot if you haven't. Especially this track.
Alright, Hyrule Castle. No small key. But we can at least logically get this first chest. And Soyhr will probably continue.
And for once, Dark Cross is in logic too.
Yeah. It never happens.
Oh my god, Thieves Town empty.
Where did we see... Was Sank in Kakariko? Was that at the well?
I think so, yeah. It's a little like behind a hammer. So I think in this case, you go to Zelda Cell.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much more of a pain in the hind end to get back to than it is just to wait for your hammer and get the back of escape that way.
Mm-hmm.
Or just wait for a small key to Hyrule Castle.
I think if you had, like, the boots, you could maybe do a key steal mirror, go to the back. Kind of nonsense.
Or even
maybe.
just Death Warp.
Skullwood's big. Yeah, you know what? A Death Warp would be pretty good, too. Just because then you could scum it in case it's nothing. We did find Ganon's Tower here for Gylgamesh. Not much you can do in here with the items that we have, but... Still on the hunt for that Moon Pearl.
Hey, we almost have bottle vendor money.
This is a poverty seed.
And nobody hula-hanning.
I know. There's still time. That'd be easy to do with the flute.
At least they're protected. Even if they get flippers, they can still do it with the glove.
Yeah. The early glove is also nice. Ah, man, I'd be so happy playing the seed with this loadout. I'd be content.
Absolutely. If you get boots, like I said, then suddenly the seed is just looking fantastic.
Yeah. I'd still be... My inner thoughts would just be, where's hammer? Give me hammer, give me hammer, give me hammer. I always want my hammer. I want starting hammer, honestly.
I'm gonna find a hammer close to the end of my route, thank you very much. Hey, free money farm, what are you doing?
Go back. Just farm up to Zora. He's in logic.
Alright, so Skull Big Key out of Escape. That's about it. We're going to find out what goes out west, though. Oh, I didn't see that Big Key on Desert.
Big Key on the ledge. Yeah, I don't know if we saw that at all on Soyhr's side. We do have the bumper ledge here from Hyrule Castle left. We're going to go ahead and check in this entrance and find that old man rescue. Nice.
What is that, the 4th way up West Death Mountain now?
Just wants you to get up there. I don't know what that bomb was. Oh, just get past the portal. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not going for the Dark World exploration. I do believe that drop down is not in logic without Moon Pearl, if I recall correctly. We haven't seen the right exit out of Hyrule, correct?
I don't think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to see the same stuff on Gilgamesh's side while Soyhr gets to do some more overworld exploration. Which drop? The bumper ledge drop. It's not expected you to get the bird dodge, which usually if you just hold up left it works, but sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it says no.
Sometimes Murderdactyl says, have a hug.
Have a hug.
But fortunately, with Blue Mail, it's only 2 hearts of damage, so it's easily doable. And it wouldn't be the first time that Quarreling West or K45 has something important. Or, frankly, finding something in West Dark World, you know, checkerboard or some nonsense.
Something like that, or you never know, you could get one of those Paradox Cave entrances from the Dark World to exit in the Light World to go back in and get your goodies.
Or the best I can think of right now, finding the connector portion of Super Bunny, having to drop down, go out the exit, and legally go back in to get your Moon Pearl. Except nobody waits. Of course, you loot first time in.
I already forgot where we did see Super Bunny already. That was like literally the first thing that both of them did. It does. You know what? That reminds me. It does lead up to East Dark Death Mountain. So now you could go up there with your mirror drop down and check all those entrances on the east side. So that'd be actually a lot of checks.
Okay.
If these runners decide to go that way, I mean, how much more entrances do Gilgamesh have left once they're done here in Hyrule?
Not many.
Blacksmith House. That would make sense because Sank started at the Magic Bat. All right, thank you. Checks out.
Alright, Gilgamesh deciding not to steal the key. Go ahead and just go to Zelda Cell. I like it. Like, Zelda Cell's hard isolated in this case if you decide not to go there because you're just like, I don't want to walk back there or even run.
Yeah, it's like skipping the Eastern Palace big key chest. You're never going back.
Exactly.
It's dead forever.
You do it then or you don't do it.
Well, maybe we'll see the Eastern Palace dip on Sawyer's side over here.
And maybe we'll see Hyrule East on Gilgamesh's side. I do like this from Soyhr routing-wise. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So Gilgamesh did not save the old man. That's another thing. I don't think we've actually checked our mountain, our save and quit spot, like those exits either.
Well, we found the back of Mountain Start. That was West Dark Death Mountain.
Okay.
That wasn't Spike Cave, but it was the one to the west of that.
Ah, gotcha.
But
yeah,
I don't
Gilgamesh
think we started at that mountain. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, good.
Did not have their mirror the first time up here, which is why they weren't able to save the old man.
We also didn't find the connector to save the old man that was elsewhere readily available. Alright, we're going to see Holy Hand from Soyhr, maybe? I mean, $200, it's not horrible.
Yeah. Soyhr was grabbing a bunch of rupees from the bush crab.
Which ended up being a 20 on the additional prize. That wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, East Death Mountain.
That was Desert Main Entrance, so we got here anyway. Don't even need... I mean, I'd still want to go that Super Bunny route, because then you can get those 2 middle drops, those 2 middle entrances.
Absolutely. Or if you're feeling sassy, Spiral. Hey, the other end of Bumper.
Alright, well that connector is now kind of useless since we've seen both sides now.
Looks like Sawyer's making that movie you were talking about.
Yes! Love it. That's the other fun part about playing a mode like this is just if you're taking good notes and you're looking through and you're like, okay, I found this connector. I found this connector. I can mark them off. These are useless. I'll never have to see them again. And then you can start trying to predict where you think like some of the other things could be. Like, okay, maybe Laser Bridge is vanilla. Who knows?
It's one of the reasons why the more I played cross keys, the more I hated leaving connectors the longer than I should, because like too late in the game you're like, I can get connectors to all these areas, but at least if you've taken some of them, you can rule some out.
Mm-hmm. And you never know when you're gonna get that seed that's like, oh, you were supposed to take this desert exit to get to East Dark World to go get your moon pearl on the pyramid.
Exactly, which actually happened a day or two ago.
Yeah, that was yesterday during that ladder race we were in.
Right.
So Soyhr did find Hookshot Cave from that middle drop down. Didn't go through it, obviously, because they hadn't been up here yet, so they wanted to check out the other stuff first. But we just have another potentially important connector that we might have to go check.
Have we seen the front of Hyrule Castle yet?
Like the entrance?
Yeah, in the drop down?
I don't think so. I think the only drop down we haven't. Which ones are we missing? Magic Bat and
Bad Fairy?
We saw Bad Fairy. That was actually, I think that was vanilla.
Saw Uncle. Saw the well. Woods drop down maybe? I know we saw.
Woods drop was the
mail upgrade.
The tunic.
Ah, we're getting the Eastern Dip finally. I'm the kind of believer in Eastern Palace that I won't necessarily dip the whole thing, but I can unless I've got the appropriate equipment, logically. But yeah, there you go. Minimum first 2 checks Eastern Palace. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Eastern skippers in shambles.
My favorite part was when I said that after he left.
Yep.
It's okay. It's all right. Eastern big stinky. Honestly though, when it's at like flute 5 and you have the flute, I feel like at least going in and getting maybe the first 2 chests is probably safe.
Yeah, 2 chests minimum is what I do, because you get 2 of the 3 logical in most cases.
Yeah. Well, this Moon Pearl does open up a lot for us now, especially... I would assume we would just head right back to that bumper ledge connector exit and then start checking out West Dark World. Absolutely.
And the big question is, when Gylgamesh runs out of general entrances, do you chase Dark connectors or do you go to Eastern?
That's a tough call.
And to answer our question in chat, this is Croissant. Basically, it's cross keys in most aspects. The difference is that all bosses in the game from regular dungeons... Okay, there goes Gylgamesh to get that Moon Pearl. All bosses in the regular dungeons have a Triforce piece, and there's also 2 in GT. So your entire thing you're trying to do is just get your Triforce pieces. Beat your dungeons.
When I describe this mode, I call it cross keys, but better. Even without starting boots or starting pseudo boots.
I didn't like it at first, but the more I played it, it was like, you know what? The point that you don't need to actually care about a dungeon you're beating is nice.
It's like the happy medium between all dungeons and, like, you know, Crystal's Go mode. Because all dungeons is good in the aspect of it's, you know, usually you show off your skills, and people with the, you know, people that are more skilled tend to gain a lot of time because they can get through all the stuff faster. But, you know, but then you have, you know, Castle Tower, small key go mode every time, so that mode kind of loses interest on me very quickly. But then the 7 crystal modes, it's like I don't want to just have to beat these crystals. I want choices, or I don't even care if it's the illusion of choice. You know, you want to put all like the last Triforce pieces behind one item, so I always have to play it this way. Fine, whatever. Give me the illusion of choice. I'll take that anytime.
Yup, in this case, I like this illusion of choice. There are some modes which give it, but are more blatant about it being, you can do this and you can beat it this way, but only this way. Good luck. This mode is at least less conspicuous, if you will.
That's the thing about this game and this randomizer is there's always a new mode popping up out of nowhere. There's always so many different combinations of settings. So, you play a mode and you're like, I didn't really like it. I'll play it 20 more times and then decide. Or you can just bail on it and play something else.
And now there's XD Hunt with Zalga Woods and everything. That one's crazy. It's pretty fun, though.
I need to play more of that because the one time I did play it, I never touched Skullwoods. So I didn't get the experience. But I for a while, especially after the most recent Cross Keys tourney, I kept saying, man, I really don't like Skullwoods drop-downs being shuffled in Entrance Shuffle. I don't think it's fun. So the one where in XD Hunt, which has more of the Skullwood stuff being shuffled in the general drop-down pool, but still some vanilla, is nice. I'm a big fan of it.
But even the regular entrances of Skull are shuffled, so you can find Skull main entrance at Hyrule Castle, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's a nice change. Opens up some more possibilities. But Pinball Room is always vanilla, which I'm a big fan of.
Hey,
got our
there's
swamp. Go back, I like that song.
Going through Oakshot Cave, I think?
Looks like it.
Or Soyhr may not know about it. Maybe just Gylgamesh found it? I can't remember who took that.
That was Soyhr that found it.
Okay.
Gylgamesh doesn't know about it because he didn't do the Super Bunny route. But we do have Gylgamesh here on Northwest Dark World. Finds Mimic Cave, is trying to defeat the bird.
Yeah, the bird who just avoided a sign getting tossed at its head. Like, literally just flew up just in it.
Skullwoods.
No fire source, but we got the small keys for it.
Is doable. Oh, and it looks
Oh,
like
wait.
Hookshot Cave takes you to Village of Outcast.
We do have a fire source. Forgot about that lamp already.
Oh, big hammer. That's a huge find.
As we find Turtle Rock Main just hanging out at the chess game.
I can't imagine. Well, here's the thing. The way... well, never mind. Sawyer's going the other way. I was like, if Sawyer keeps heading south, then that hammer's going to get left behind for a while. But, yeah. Getting that hammer means we just have normal Dark World access, so we don't have to go through all the twists and turns of the connectors to get here.
Yeah. Pod area is pretty available. We've got 2 or 3 entrances on top of Hyrule Castle, but really, give us another sword or a gate, please.
So let's see. We got Soyhr and Spiral Cave. We still haven't found our floating island or our Turtle Rock connector for potential exits.
Mire area.
Mire area is a nice one to find. So we're just
Okay.
one glove away from having that.
Desert Ledge somewhere gives us a big key.
There's our floating island. Ooh. Okay. More pod smalls, please. Always want more of those.
Won't turn that down.
Yeah, like you can get 5 before you ever touch pod. That's the dream. Though 4 is also pretty acceptable.
Because you're going to find a 5th in pot, it's fine.
Yeah. Naturally.
Alright, what do we got at Spec Rock?
There's a bow.
Ooh, and Gylgamesh takes down Mothula pretty darn easily. Well done.
Pendant. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. I mean, actually, no. That matters in the sense that, of all the dungeon prizes you want to get the pendants and you want to get the red crystals.
Yeah.
The blue crystals, I think, are completely useless.
Yes, they are, because one thing we didn't mention is that the GT entrance, when accessible, is 0 crystals, and currently Soyhr can go check it.
Yeah. Which is probably why Sawyer went back out of Spectacle Cave to investigate further rather than it looked like they were setting up to do the bomb jump. Like it crossed their mind briefly, but it's like, let's finish what's up on the mountain first.
Ooh, we got a completely doable Mimic Cave for a Gylgamesh.
Small key to Hyrule Castle. Hey, well, he already has the hammer, so that key is actually useless to him.
Oh, back to back. Really getting both the hammer and the Hyrule Castle Small. I mean, I guess Hyrule Castle Small's whatever, but still. Alright, well, GT entrance was a bust this seed.
Question now is, how long until Soyhr gets to that Skull Woods? That's what I'm wondering. Because that hammer is such a nice one to have.
Oh, and it's a tough requirement. You either need to find another glove or just go to a connector to West Dark World. Hi, Pod. How you doing?
We got Pod, and it looked like the Quarreling Brothers house has taken us to Turtle Rock Connector, and Soyhr has found a Paradox Cave here at Spiral Entrance, so there's a good chunk of items coming up. Biggie to Pod.
Okay, well, if Soyhr finds that hammer and then Pod, that is beatable.
Whenever I find Pod and I only have one key, or even two keys, it's such a tough call, because it's like, do I get the items that are definitely in logic, or do I sequence break to the back and confirm I can get more items? Always a toughie.
Nice hook shot, by the way.
Yeah.
But
Shot
I agree.
out of Paradox.
I agree. Like two Pod Smalls is most of the time I'll just say, you know what? If I could beat the dungeon and I don't even know its information, I'm just gonna do it. Just go through the front, get your 5 checks plus the boss for 6, and you're just done.
The dream, the go mode, it's skipping the back of Pod. Rarely happens.
Yeah, or just like going back with another 2 or 3 small keys and just clearing out most of the rest of it.
So you're finding the back of Desert, the Desert boss, so that's good information. Really, oh, and Ice Palace. Holy cow.
Alright, well, that's a beatable Ice Palace for Gylgamesh if he finds it. Oh wait, no, we don't have Bomb Buster or Fire Rod, never mind.
Just melt him with the lamp. Piece of cake.
Just put the lamp down, take a nap, it's fine. It'll melt eventually.
Ice Palace here in this bow-locked section of Pod, followed by a single arrow. We got our second sword out of Hookshot Cave, followed by
Frenchman, no, a single arrow now.
Anything else in here? Alright. I mean, a sword's a sword. No complaints here. Yeah, the one thing I've noticed from watching this mode is, watching the Triforce piece counts go up, and you'll be watching and someone will have like a 4-1 lead, and you're like, wow, and then you look away for 1 second, look back, and all of a sudden they're tied.
It can go that quick.
Just depending on which ones, because there are definitely faster Triforce pieces to get than others. So
yeah, the one that Gylgamesh just got from Skullwoods is a good example of that. And find your Desert North with the big key, and there's an example of that.
This is good for Soyhr. Gonna get that hammer right away.
And the first Triforce piece as well. This makes Soyhr say, well, cool. And pretty soon he's going to find Pod and be able to beat that. Theoretically.
That is true. That could be big.
And on the other hand...
Do you just, you open up the first door, get the 2 items, the 2 in-logic checks, and then you just go straight to the boss? Or you do both sides to the boss?
Absolutely. I'm not going bow lock 3 times. That just doesn't sound like a good time.
That sounds like me. I go bow lock like too many times. I think in that ladder race, I did bow side 4 times.
Nice. It's especially fun when you do bow side multiple times with no bow.
I don't know about that one. That's a rough call.
Hey, it's Spiral. How you doing?
Gylgamesh did find Castle Tower, so was able to get the 1 item out of it, but no small keys, obviously. And probably not even going to think about clearing it for Kakariko Well back in the Lumberjack until you find at least the boots. Then it's on your radar. but then still need 2 more small keys.
Yeah, I mean, you have some portion of it, right? You got your sword, you've got your lamp, but you're still missing 3 pieces with 2 CT smalls and the boots. So if that comes up reasonably quick in the seed, then it's definitely on your mind a little bit. But like, if you start finding those things trickling in until super late and you're go minus 1 or 2 things, then the well's eh.
And that's the thing as well, you know, in a standard cross keys, that well feels very significant. But in a cross hunt, you have multiple go mode opportunities. Maybe not so much. Maybe you can get around it. Maybe you can skip it.
Yeah, but so often you're like, well, I'm gonna go mode with a TR big or flippers. But to answer a question in chat, I don't think I remember ever seeing High Roll East, so I think that's still outstanding.
I believe so.
Of note though, Soyhr decided not to sync once Break Skull was, just left.
Ooh, Kane of Samaria out of the Skullwood's big chest. That is a pretty solid find.
Oddly enough, actually in Logic now, since we found that Hyrocastle small key. Uh-oh.
No, well, that's so frustrating because he was just there. And, you know, in his head, he's like, don't make me go back. There's our TR big. We did find the Turtle Rock big chest in Village of Outcast, I believe. Or
wow.
No.
So,
up on the mountain, excuse me.
Willard, we're a fire rod from beating TR, I think.
Oh, yeah, because that ice rod is available.
And we got Laser Bridge.
Did we find Laser Bridge? I guess we can get to it.
Oh, wait. Did we?
We did.
No,
I think we found front and big chest.
You're right. I don't think we found Laser Bridge yet.
So we would need at least another small key if we wanted to go there. But, I mean, I'm sure. That's the thing is, like, you know, when you're one of these runners, or even us watching, it's like you're constantly shuffling through your mind what I need for go mode. How many more items do I need? And then actually sitting there and, like, counting on your finger, okay, I need this many items to get these Triforce pieces.
Well, and Soyhr is doing the opposite thing that I thought they would do. I thought they'd go for the boss. No, we are going for the back for density.
I like this better, the density. And who knows, you could find another pod small and then you could still go for the boss.
You could.
Or you find a bunch of junk. I don't know,
Hey.
it's a tough call.
TR main, that's convenient.
Just gonna go in and get this one chest. And then get on out. You never know when there's gonna be a fire rod in there, so makes sense.
Wouldn't be the first time. It's like finding Hookshot in Hookshot Cave. You're like, really?
Right? Oh, silvers. Soyhr up 2 bows to Gylgamesh's none. We did see that first one was up on Dark Death Mountain on the east side in that Spectacle Cave. We do have a big key to Ganon's Tower.
Ooh, that's a good big key to have.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
yeah.
oddly enough, Soyhr could do a lot of damage there if he gets that big key.
Yeah, we got Hammer, we got a hook shot. We have, I mean, Gylgamesh has Kane and could do, you know, right side with the lamp.
These 2 runners combined have the ability to do quite a bit.
Right?
Individually, not so much. Hey, another GT small. Oh, wait. Did Gylgamesh, or did Soyhr find that one? I think he may have. No, I don't think he did. Never mind.
No, definitely not.
Not been to that area.
I mean, as a commentator right now, I am feeling a little overwhelmed with the options that these runners have. I wonder how the runners are feeling right now. I guess it's pretty straightforward. You could just, you know, now that you have just normal Dark World access, you can go to, like, the Swamp Portal and work your way towards that Ice Rod. Check Hype Cave, check Swamp Entrance. Ooh, big key to
And
Eastern. That is another beatable dungeon.
Between the 2.
Between the 2. So he gets a very nice current jump here with that bomb into the screen transition. Gonna be heading up
But-
to Catfish, and with all that money, probably go ahead and go to Zora.
In doing so, skipping out on some nice things, West Dark World at this point.
With these runners' powers combined, they're looking pretty good. Individually, though,
Oh, look, if you would have gone West Dark World, you would have a mostly clearable GT with 2 Triforce pieces readily available.
Oh, I'm excited to see new stuff, new goodies showing up here on the West route. It's Stalfo's
Soyhr-
room.
Yeah, Soyhr will be getting a Triforce piece out of this. Unless you goof and you get that double firebar. Oh, hi, Mets.
There's our Meyer access.
And frankly, easier West Dark World access.
Mm-hmm. And our Swamp Small. Good to have.
Interesting. So
Eventually.
we're flippers in the dam away from Swamp.
Yeah, I like this. I would definitely skip the double firebar room for now. Save that key, just in case.
Yeah, it's 4-key lock, definitely makes sense. Alright, not much going on from Stumpy on Gilgamesh's side. Gonna take a look at K45 though.
Yeah, both runners looking pretty healthy as well.
Oh,
There's
hi,
Misery
Meyer.
Meyer.
Right,
Gilgamesh.
Green Pendant Meyer that it can almost clear.
Yeah, doesn't have that that hook shot, which was in Paradox Cave, which was through a kind of a wild sequence of entrance checks. And that's the other thing is Gilgamesh, hasn't been up to East Death Mountain, like the top part. And I know I personally, the first time I come out of like Floating Island and go into the Light World, I'll drop down the center entrances first before I do like the Spiral Cave entrance, generally.
Yeah, it's a tough call, but it's 2 entrances versus 1.
But, we're checking new entrances, so could just find one of the other Paradox Cave entrances real quick. Ooh. Gilgamesh, you said ether. You said ether medallion.
I think you're gonna have to get on him about that later.
I saw him use it in Skull Woods, in the back of Skull Woods. I was like, yes. Good use of that.
Okay, we got a red meringue. A red meringue. And a
TR
small
small.
key. Yeah,
Meh.
eh. Alright, Sawyer's on board with the single Triforce piece, but with no big key, you're not climbing.
Oh, there's the... That's really funny. Fire Rod and Ice Rod were basically in the same spot, just a different universe apart.
Alright, well, with the TR small key that Sawyer got from GT, we can clear Turtle Rock. Yay!
If you were both players combined, of course.
Exactly. Hey, there's the front of, okay.
Alright, Catfish, what you got for us? Anything special? No.
Gilgamesh going out to West Dark Death Mountain. I don't know if they know this yet, but that's where they're going.
Nice splash delete on Sawyer's side. Checking Waterfall Cave for bottom of Spectacle. Which is not a bad thing to find, just because it's like, okay, I don't need to check this. I don't need to go back there and check that.
Yep, already found the other end with that bow. And then decided not to bomb jump across, so that's interesting, but made sense with the GT check.
Oh You know what? I guess this does work for Gylgamesh. Does have Mir, does have Hammer, can just route over to East Death Mountain from here. Unless he decides to take this connector, which did get us to TR connector, which will also get him to Paradox Cave.
Gylgamesh, please.
Nice bottle! A bee! He's thinking. He's cooking.
Okay, gonna get that hook shot.
Be able to go get his first sword, or his second sword out of Hookshot Cave. So you're picking up their Eastern Big, can go at full clear, complete Eastern, and get another Triforce piece, and that's just a flute away. Do you go for that immediately, or do you kind of like wait till you get the boots, maybe, so you can do it a little faster?
Well, it's one check. It's hard to say.
It's 2 checks.
Well, we already know what's on the boss, though, so it's
Yeah, it's a
test.
Triforce piece. That's a second check. Got him. No, you're right. It is 1 unknown check. Ooh, Gylgamesh gonna leave without checking. Oh, no, that's where they came from. Right, we did the whole mirror delete the block shenanigans. Totally not logic.
Finds that desert north, though.
And finds that ice palace. Ooh.
We are close to beating a lot of dungeons, or just flat out between the two are able to. That's just, including this, which Gylgamesh finds with a fire rod.
Could be a little spicy with just hammer sword for cold stare, but
yeah, it'll be fine with the half magic. Go find him here. It's fine.
the blue bottle that's gonna just like show up.
Exactly. Got Samaria, Icebreaker, no big key, but otherwise, eh.
You mean that big
my
key?
God. Wow, the game did not take long to shove that in my face, did it?
Yeah, that could be big. That could be big for Soyhr. That we've all experienced those key sanity modes where the Ice Palace Big Chest was the big gatekeeper of Go mode. But it's cross hunt, so there's choices. So
less likely, but yeah.
Less likely.
Yeah. Always there.
It could lead to a faster Go mode for Soyhr, or faster Triforce piece.
I don't know if Soyr's gonna be able to handle Armos. What do you think?
Perhaps.
Keep it tight.
Oh my gosh, Lana.
See, it's fine.
How did you know? You're crazy.
Well, until you know you're 5'6", I would not necessarily not get that, Soyhr, but to each their own.
Nailed on the crystal entirely.
Yup.
That is the fun thing about this mode, is being able to cut some time skipping the cutscenes. But yeah, without knowing what our red crystals are, that's a little risky. We did find our desert small, so now we can go check 2 items in desert.
Which, ironically enough, is at a Guinness Cave, which is normally in desert.
It just makes sense. Wait. Oh, yeah. Sorry, took me a minute. I thought you were talking about the entrance of that cave. Nothing. Anyway.
Gotcha.
What else we got going on in this ice palace? Anything fancy? Anything nice? The half magic was a good find.
To answer a quick question in chat, most likely we don't care about that crystal, but there's a chance. If it's a 5'6" that has something required of the Pyramid Fairy, there's a chance that Soyhr could regret that. Or not Soyhr, Gylgamesh could. Wait. Backbeat Eastern. That was Soyhr. Yeah, Soyhr could regret it.
You said this is built on the AvianArt website?
Yes, so there's no guaranteed Skull Small in Skull.
But I guess depending on which version you're using, there is one where the red crystals actually look like red crystals. But I don't know if that's in this mode.
I don't think it is. I could be wrong, but I don't think it is.
Okay. Fire out half magic. Save that. Use the rest of that half magic. Get some splash damage. Try and get multi-hits on Cold Stare. And down they go.
With that half magic, conveniently found an ice. Alright, well, we're tied at 2 Triforce pieces apiece. Soyhr could go get that third one from Skull Woods, but otherwise missed out on an opportunity to beat Pod for another.
Because of we're needing only 10 out of 12. Eventually, I don't think we're there yet, but eventually you start planning out, okay, which dungeons am I skipping? It's much easier to start planning out which dungeons you're skipping than it is to plan out which dungeons you're clearing. I feel like, I mean, we're definitely going to be seeing a Trinex go down. We're definitely going to be seeing the GT climb at some point. Desert's looking pretty good if we can find that big key. And Hera is actually also beatable right now with Herapot.
And Swamp is very close too, just the dam and flippers needed.
Mm-hmm. We did also find Thieves, so just need a big key for that.
Yeah, I mean, reasonably close to go mode between the two runners, honestly.
Yeah. Myers just a big key away as well, so we're getting pretty close.
And Gylgamesh putting that hook shot to use.
Oh, there's the top of the Spectacle Cave, so Soyhr had done that bomb jump, would have found their way to the top of the castle. What dungeons are we still looking for? Other than...
I think we found everything, honestly.
Oh, there's the dam. With a small key to Pod.
I think we found all the dungeons, honestly. I think at this point we're just looking for items.
Just missing Hyrule Castle Right and Turtle Rock Eyes and Laser Bridge. Which are all things that we can mostly access anyway. But yeah, it's interesting. Is like when do you start focusing on just dungeon diving rather than entrance checking? I mean, obviously, with their powers combined, they found all the dungeons pretty much. I don't think. I mean, Soyhr hasn't done that south route and found Meyer yet. Still doesn't have that Cane of Samaria out of Skullbig either.
Or the GT Big out of Outcasts.
Mm-hmm. So it's just a matter of who finds what the other person has already found first and or faster. Another small key. Oh, go. Okay.
Oh, lordy.
Where are those boots at?
That's both CT Smalls.
Yeah, Gylgamesh could actually go beat Trinex right now. It seems like he's just kind of focusing on getting the Triforce pieces that he can get right now.
Which I appreciate, because right now you're looking for like a sword and just a couple small items for go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll get that sword as soon as he goes to Hookshot Cave.
He can beat Eastern whenever he wants to. And then immediately regret decisions once he gets the big chest.
Yeah. It's kind of the nice thing about Entrance Shuffle is that TR is not as obnoxious as it is in like it's just a standard open mode key sanity.
It is. I mean,
you don't have to
TR.
You don't.
What?
Yeah, it's much easier to full clear. You don't have to worry about that potentially required fourth key if something ends up being in laser or lava chest.
Exactly. If you got the right layout, you can clear fully with one key.
We're gonna see Dark Ice Rock Cave. I don't think we've seen that at all.
And you said we hadn't seen TR West, I believe, right?
I believe we have not. Or Laser Bridge. Though I'm curious if Gylgamesh will actually check that entrance or just kill the boss. Worry about it later. Ganon Tower is at the Witch's Hut. Question in chat.
Just a flute to 2 and they're there.
Yeah. That's kind of nice when you got these dungeons right at flute spots. Ooh, we got our big bomb. It was Easter.
Cat Rex Soyhr.
Oh, that's really funny.
Okay, that's probably fine. As pointed out in chat, it's probably fine.
It's probably fine. What are the odds, right? That big bomb leads to... I mean, what do we have left? Have we seen Blind's Hut yet?
Don't think so. But we
haven't
have
seen
access...
that or Hype Cave either.
Out of logic, but we have access to both 5/6s at this point.
Should be fine. Let's see what we get out of Laser Bridge. Gylgamesh utilizing that Cane of Burna to get past these laser eyeballs. This T-Rock has been pretty barren so far. I think we just got the one small key in the front.
Pretty sad when the highlight of Turtle Rock so far has been a couple of compasses with like 20 arrows. Maybe a small key at a castle tower that you don't want.
I don't think that counts as a highlight. I wouldn't count a compass as a highlight. Maybe this is boss shuffle.
Absolutely not. You could have gotten 3 bombs. That would have been the highlight. But we didn't even get that. Alright, Soyhr kind of near where he needs to be to get some stuff, but dig game, race game, or chess game, I should say. Not chess game. Good grief. What? Dig game and race game are the 2 he needs for Fire Rod Ice Rod, right?
Yeah, Gylgamesh, I think the big thing that they're missing out on, really, I think, would be those bows.
Bows, the sword doesn't help much either, but it's not a hindrance yet.
Yeah.
Like, it would have made this fight more convenient.
I think with a Master Sword on try, I guess for the double spin on this phase, I think I end up just like slashing the ice head once while the fire head's exploding.
Yeah, it helps just a little bit. Alright, one more hit and see it try next. But so far Gylgamesh does not have that glove, so minor areas out of the question for now.
We still haven't seen that. There is that big key on the desert ledge as well that Gylgamesh does know about. I don't think Soyhr knows about that or has gotten it yet.
That good point. That could be Thieves.
Could be big.
Or Meyer, honestly. Either of those two would be good for Soyhr. Alright, Soyhr about to love what he's doing. Just a moment. Eventually.
Not that. Didn't love that, though.
Yeah, that looked good. Hey, we're across. And about to get TR key number 2, necessary so far for beating the dungeon. Oh, and that. Yeah.
That might work out, though. Soyhr hasn't been to Castle Tower yet, and might head there ish, and we'll be able to get both items.
Right? What if Boots is just check 2 in CT?
Wait, what if? You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Alright, what is this? Not smoky, what are we?
Meyer Schmall.
Okay, different small.
Alright, where's Gylgamesh heading off to now? This might be a trip to Meyer? Down here at Cave 45? Nope. What we got? What is this? What are you? Oh, Spike Cave.
Willingly? Not last locating? Well, why?
It's been an hour. It's been cooking long enough. There's got to be something in here now.
What, 20 bucks? Small key to skull?
Small key to skull. Yup. Wow. Nailed it.
Hey, look, Moth is in logic.
Finally. Alright, I'm going to assume Soyr's going to go kill a Helmassar King at this point. Where's Gylgamesh going to go? Back to GT to do some big cleanup.
I've got that big key, 2 smalls. You got some Mario Fire Rod. You are full clearing.
And definitely going to be doing some Mimic clipping to get around, too.
Oh, yeah, no bow. Can Gylgamesh Mimic Clip?
Oh yeah, I can imagine. He's got to be able to. Oh, I mean, the question is how many people, like, I don't know. I feel like Mimic Clip's a fairly standard trick these days, and I feel like it's one you kind of need to have on your in your back pocket to have made it into the brackets, right?
Well, at first it was banned in the tournament, and then it was unbanned, along with hovering. So it's fine. You can do it now. It's legal.
Banned?
Yeah, they
Who would
tried
do
to
such
ban
a
it.
thing? Who would do such a thing? I mean, banning hovering's fine.
It's not that hard.
Hee.
I'm not good at it, but I can do it. Gee, I wonder what Helmasaur King is going to have for us today, Willard.
We'll never know until we know, and then we'll know. These nice hammer extensions with the sword out. Ooh,
Yeah, I
nothing
prefer
over here on
one
the right
hammer
side.
hitting bombs. I'll take that.
Yeah, for now, that is going to be a Triforce that Gylgamesh does not have access to. So, that will be nice. It's going to be interesting to see how this seed wraps up. I really don't know. Like, Gylgamesh does have a slight advantage just in the case of Triforce pieces and a couple of nice items like both the rods. But Soyhr is not going to be too far behind that. Those bows, though, they're kind of out of the way for Gylgamesh until he decides to route up to the mountain again.
Just a quick reminder, chat, don't forget to give these two runners a follow, putting on a great show for us. Links are in chat. While you're at it, give my co-com, Willard J. Bradley, a follow. Does fantastic work, lots of randomizers of all kinds. And
Sure.
Keaton as well, our tracker. Do it! And let's be honest, the tracker's got the hard job here.
Yeah, I'm just yapping and drinking coffee.
It's not easy to track one of these modes, let alone solo, so yeah, big shout out to Keaton here for doing so. Yes, you can finish the seed without bows, assuming that you don't, like, a bow somewhere doesn't lock something for another one of the dungeons. But otherwise, yes, you can get 10 of 12 with no bow, theoretically.
Do you remember where those silvers were? Are they in a dungeon?
Found them not long after, found that one.
Yeah. Oh, they were in the pod big chest. I think
right.
that was it.
The pod small keys have been hard to come by. I think so far, what, Soyhr has 3, and Gylgamesh has 1.
Mm-hmm. They gotta be showing up pretty soon, right? Do you remember what the connector was that got us to Floating Island?
Not the foggiest.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. Because there was a small key on that island. Ooh, let's see what we got here. This is going to be something that Sawyer's probably never going to get. Small key to Thieves Town.
Probably fine, right? It's got our 3rd bow. It's fine.
Yeah. It'll be the Tempered Sword. Or Gilgamesh's... Well, I mean, we don't have the Thieves Town big yet, anyway. What the heck is that? Well, thankfully for Gylgamesh, does have Cane of Burna and half magic, so going to be a slower but still easy Armos fight. And we're going to see the second item here in Castle Tower on Sawyer's side.
And half of his half magic, so he basically just has a full magic bar.
Oh, they're getting away from him.
I mean, at that point, I would just turn it off and let your sword do it, because your sword's going to do as much damage as Burna.
Ooh, Ooh, Bombos.
Okay, that's not great.
Well, I mean, the thing is for Soyhr, that's like, oh, I can beat Ice Palace now until they find the Fire Rod sooner or later.
And they're forced to go into Lost or Outcast because they've already gone east. They splash deleted or Kern jumped. I forget what they did. East. Oh, and
we are gonna
Gylgamesh.
finally see the Mire area now.
Yep, gonna get that big key.
And we're gonna maybe, who knows, maybe that Bombos is our Mire entrance.
Gylgamesh did not climb though. Maybe he wants to wait for the other ones. I don't know.
Maybe he still thinks Mimic Clipping is banned.
Hey, there's Sierra West. We had access the whole time. Legal access to Mire, thank you.
Legal. All right, what big key is this? Gonna be Desert, Thieves Town? What do you got? Desert, nice. All right, that is another beatable dungeon.
Thank you for not mentioning the swamp. I appreciate it.
We don't want to go there. That's swamp and thieves. We're gonna skip both those. I can feel it.
And the top of Paradox would have sent us out Desert Ledge for that big key anyway.
Honestly, what would you... I feel like most people, when it comes to skipping Triforce pieces, would probably be pretty content about skipping the GT climb. If they're, like, in a go mode situation. Where...
I mean, Gylgamesh is close, right? I mean...
Right. I guess it depends on what dungeon it is. Like, if you have GT climb as an option...
Oh, I guess...
There's faster Triforce pieces than climbing.
Yeah, but there's 3 items plus whatever's behind GT, so it's not the worst call just to go ahead and climb. Yeah.
I mean, what else are we looking for? Other than, like, swords and big keys. I guess boots and flippers.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the boots. All right. Go back at that small key from GT Torch. That opens up some new entrances as well. I guess we're really just looking for, like, Hype Cave. I think maybe a couple other random item caves.
Soyr's about to get his double meme check here.
Yeah. And then that'll be a beatable TR for them.
Well, Soyr's had access to this Mire area for a long time. That's a shame.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing else over here.
And Soyhr about to be very disappointed with
What? No, there's a red boomerang in here.
That's true. The okay ringest.
We did see Quake as our Mire medallion entry. Do not have that.
Which, of course, is the one medallion we don't have between the two.
But, I mean... for the most part, we know that there's really not many more entrances that we care about. There's really not many. It could just be Laser Bridge exit.
Like, you go beat Desert pretty quick if you're Gylgamesh, but I think you climb, honestly. You now have boots, it's very convenient. You also know where Hookshot Cave is, so you probably just want to go in there and get 4 quick checks, too, which will get you a sword.
Wait, there's another beatable dungeon for Gylgamesh.
Yeah.
So if Gylgamesh just finds that bow, they can beat Pod, Eastern, Desert, Mire, and then GT climb.
Yeah, they're near go mode.
That's bow mode for Gylgamesh.
Oh, that's probably another reason for not climbing GT if they don't Mimic Lift.
Not enough money for Fire Rod? Oh, Soyhr, you better go back. That could be huge.
Got it now.
You got it now. Oh, but that's definitely one of those spots that people will just skip.
Well, I don't think there's anything at K45, so if he skips it now, it's just
It is Mire is here.
Is it? Oh.
Oh. That is so rough.
Oh my god.
I mean, that just takes Trinix out of the picture. But they have found, if they can find the flippers, then they can do swamp instead. So
Okay.
they kind of have an out, but that's a rough one.
Sawyer's about to find things which will push him more and more further and further away from state game.
Mm-hmm.
Sawyer, you just checked that. What it?
Probably. Sometimes you like a mistake or, having. I know if I have to skip an item or I forget to check an item, it haunts me a little bit. I've been doing this route in Swamp where you grab the in the big chest room, you grab the small key, and then you kind of go up and around where the big chest is to go do left side. And then you do like the chest that's south of big chest after that. But twice in a row, I've just forgot that chest entirely. And I'm like, I need to stop doing this route. It's not working out. But I know, like, if I miss something in a dungeon, it's like, I'm not going back for that. It'll haunt me for a little bit.
So I imagine Gylgamesh is about to find some pod smalls, right?
Gotta be. There's gotta be something in here. We haven't seen anything in this place. $20.
So here, go back to the game.
So yeah, I mean the fire rod. Thankfully, there was nothing important right side GT, so it doesn't have to worry about, doing the bomb jump with lamp or anything like that. And yeah, because they did find the dam. If they can find the flippers, then they can skip the easy boss, which is Tridex. To get to the swamp boss doesn't take that long, but you'd probably rather go beat up Trinex. It's rough, but there's still an out. There's plenty. This race is not over yet.
Nope, it's still going to be 5 to 5 here shortly before Gylgamesh finishes Meyer. Gylgamesh hoping for a bow, let's be honest, which we know is not going to be here.
Yeah, because this Vidi fight's going to be awful, actually. Like, I'd be banking on a bow or even like a cape. Cape would be helpful.
A cape would be acceptable.
Or another sword. We're bound to find our third sword. We haven't seen anything. Gylgamesh does have the Meyer Big Key. I don't think it's on the tracker yet.
Yes, that's correct. He found it just before. In fact, I think it was, Bomb Shop or something?
Yeah, it was at the big bomb shop, which was a bombable hut, I believe. Oh, this dungeon. Very funny. Very funny. Big key to swamp, alright. Probably hoping for not that. Probably hoping for thieves.
If that was thieves, then you'd still be in Boko mode.
Mushroom.
Alright, go. Sawyer's like, wait, I could beat that.
I'm trying to remember, where was the dam? Was that somewhere up on the mountain? Maybe?
I think that was somewhere.
There's our Thieves Big. Okay.
Alright, well, you're not going to find a bow in Thieves Town. But you've got 6 here, 7 G2 climb, 8 Thieves Town, 9 desert. So Gylgamesh needs a sword and flippers, or a sword and a bow. And the dam. I think Gylgamesh still needs to find that dam.
Thing is, Gylgamesh, I don't think even knows about that hookshot cave yet, because that was at that East Death Mountain, the middle drop down, which he never did.
I think he did. I think he dipped into it and he just said, nah. Yeah, I don't think he did that boots hook, whatever.
Maybe he saw it from the Dark World. Like he mirrored in front of it.
I think he did.
Because I know he never went through Super Bunny again. And then mirrored. I don't think so. Alright. Another Triforce piece. 6 to 5. Gylgamesh gonna have a really fun fight here. Bombs. Did buy that bomb capacity upgrade earlier. So I'll have a few more to work with. Yeah, I don't think he has anything in his bottles either. I think we just have the bee. No, he bought a green potion. I remember seeing him do that. Which is an interesting choice when you have half magic. Oh no, he has a blue. I'm wrong. He bought a green to refill his magic, then bought a blue. Okay. Got it. Great song.
So Soyhr goes and gets the desert big, but doesn't find blind set for boots.
He's thinking about Gomo. I think Soyhr does also have the Meyer big. I'd have to wait and see. Maybe they don't.
I just checked Sawyer's tracker on his channel, no big key.
Okay. Alright. Nice hammering video in the corner. 6 Triforce pieces apiece and a green pendant. This is going to be quite the race to the finish. I'm guessing... I know Soyhr does have Eastern done, but I guess since they didn't grab the crystal, the thing isn't marked on the tracker, which makes sense.
Yeah. And then he immediately gave the bomb vendor slashes when he found out Eastern was a red crystal.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, highly unlikely to be needed.
I think we're heading to Thieves Town on Gylgamesh's side.
Okay, Ice Big Chest, what do you got?
300 schmackers.
Well, technically Soyhr was broke, so it could be worse.
Oh, is Thieves Town here? I mismarked. Oh, green pendant. There's the flippers.
Oh,
ew.
so you're just gonna go into swamp and, or you gotta find the dam, go into swamp and get your sword, go. Okay, got it.
Oh. It is very interesting that there is this possibility of getting to skip these bows, which we've known about for so long. I wish I could remember which exits shot us out at Floating Island. It might have been a... No, I don't think it was a dungeon.
I don't think it was dungeon. It wasn't Paradox. Could have been the Hookshot Cave.
Might have been. No, Hookshot Cave was Village of Outcast. Oh, maybe
okay.
that's where Gylgamesh saw Hookshot Cave. Then maybe. I don't know. This is great because this race is still very up in the air right now. We know what our runners need to win the game.
Yeah, between the two, we can finish.
Soyhr probably, had they not missed out on that fire rod from Dig Game, would be in a very good position right now. But there's still definitely in this race. It is anyone's game.
Well, those poor frogs, they still hurt.
Nope. We'll find our third sword. Ooh, that was unfortunate. Step into the cold stare. Man, thankfully both runners having good resources on them just to keep themselves alive. Not overextending. Triforce piece number 7, with Gylgamesh trailing close behind to get their 7th. Will we see a sword here in Thieves Town? I honestly wasn't expecting to see Thieves Town at all today. But here we are. Or at least like the back end of it. Hubby! Okay.
Alright, we have one more chance for Thieves Town to give us something. Otherwise, yeah, nothing. Right side desert, let's go.
So at this point, is there really any items that we're still looking for that we're unaware of?
2 swords.
Other than, yeah, okay, swords, definitely.
That's
Ooh.
it.
Here's hoping Gilgamesh doesn't take his items and goes and finishes Castle Tower or anything like that.
I mean, at this point, Soyhr just needs to go South Dark World, get that Mire big, go to Mire, get the green pennant, go get Flipper,
And then go beat Swamp.
and go beat Swamp and climb GT.
Yep. Nothing out of the back of Thieves. This is the turning point. What will Gilgamesh do?
No,
What is
honestly,
their
I
big
think GT Climb is an obvious choice because guaranteed Triforce piece where Castle Tower could logically have a couple pot smalls maybe, but otherwise, eh. Castle Tower is dead to you and me, but they don't know that.
Check some new entrances here, I think, on Gilgamesh's side. This is where our Desert Small was that had led to Nothman. So yeah, Gilgamesh does have these boots that they picked up out of Blind's Hut in the Mire area, so going to be able to, you know, cut a little bit of time down on their overworld hunt. Where are these pod smalls, really? I think that's another thing that's kind of holding Gilgamesh back, because honestly, if he just finds the pod smalls that he needs, goes to pod, he can get that bow instead. And then it's just a matter of finding that sword out of Hookshot Cave.
Hot smalls have been elusive. There's got to be at least one in behind CT, right?
Probably. If not many more. Maybe there's going to be a couple up here.
I mean, I've had one time in a cross game, I had 5 pod smalls in Swamp Palace. I thought that was hilarious.
That's gross.
It was funny having half of Swamp Palace be pod.
Oh, you know what? Gilgamesh is about to get the dam. The dam was on top of Castle Tower, I believe. Don't think it was behind the door in the Castle Tower entrance, so he's not going to miss out on it. I think it was, what? There's a connector in the dam, I remember.
So essentially, Gilgamesh will be in Goma because you know there's going to be a swamp sword. Unless Soyhr finds like 2 swords in the climb here, in which case Gilgamesh is still fine technically.
This is interesting. Yeah, and Swamp was up on Dark East Death Mountain. Yeah, and he's not even checking the other entrances. He is ready to hopefully find a sword somewhere on his path to getting his remaining Triforce pieces. As for Soyhr, this is going to be number 8. Then it's...
Mike needs to get that Mire Big Key.
Needs to get that Mire Big Key.
And then turn in Green Pennant. That's it.
Turning Green Pennant, yeah.
And ignore Fire Rod. I mean, you could get Fire Rod and maybe ignore turning in Green Pennant.
Mm-hmm. What do we got up here? 20 bucks. What else we got? 3 bombs. Not very exciting so far. Will we find our 3rd sword? Will we find something useless? Yes. Whoa, I called it. Whoa.
Predictions, my gosh.
Oh my gosh. This song is too spooky. Turn it off. Yeah, I guess you go ahead and finish this and see the one item that's locked behind beating Agatu. This is gonna be a little slow.
Is it bat? Is that what we have?
I think so. I think it's got to be the bat. Yeah. All right, Swamp Palace for Gylgamesh, hoping for that sword.
Nice triple. Or
There's
2,
Quake.
3?
Agatu is cheating.
I agree. That was a double triple.
Are we gonna find our sword in here? That's all Gilgamesh really needs. Obviously, like a bow.
But he won't find it.
He's not gonna find it.
Because if you were to find a bow, it'd save a GT climb, so...
Yeah, and he's like never gonna go to pod unless he can actually beat it, which he can't without the bow that's in pod.
The paradox.
Map. Not what you want to see at all. But yeah, that's the other thing, is how much do you clear in Swamp? You definitely skip left side, I think, in this situation.
I mean, this is the thing, right? I mean, if you don't get a sword and you want to avoid left side, you go for the GT climb.
Well, big key, Dara. Ew.
Oh, joy.
How does that always show up, like, at the end of a seed?
Hero's almost always late as dumb. It's either like immediately you find your big key in 10 minutes, or it's just never going to show up until late.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I already did the hero pod. What more do you want from me? Desert big chest? I don't know if we've seen this. Well, it's nothing. All right. What do we got? Heart piece and a small key to pod. Oh,
well,
boy.
It was inevitable, right? I mean...
Yeah.
I don't see Gilgamesh ever pushing for the well, though. That just doesn't sound like a
No.
play.
He still has way too much other stuff to do that will actually, like, push him forward. Oh, not grabbing the free bomb there on the right, Gilgamesh? Are you
What
sure
the
about
heck?
that? Come on! Resource management! Oh, this is interesting, though. Soyhr, no fire rod in hand, is going to clear out a little bit of TR. So this is definitely looking like Gilgamesh's game to lose.
I agree. I mean, Sawyer's refusal to go back for a big game after getting the money,
Yeah.
combined with, not getting the Meyer Small Key South Dark World, and, I mean, even lost some time not getting boots, I guess, though
Mhm.
pretty
That's like-
late.
That's like my nightmare situation in a randomizer race. Because I personally, I hate skipping anything because of these moments where, oh, of course I had my required item and now I'm losing a bunch of time. Because it's always like, you play the odds. And it's like, what are the odds? That one thing I couldn't get because it was $20 short has my go mode, has something important to me. What are the odds?
If you skip it, astoundingly high. I don't know how that works.
It's... The game is sentient. It knows. Oh, we
Alright,
can pull
well-
head.
Yeah. Gilgamesh could go left side, but I imagine he'll just climb GT at this point.
Head sword.
And then just be in just sword go. Where do I go?
Head sword. Come on, the hook shot cave is right there too. He's
is.
had to have completely forgotten about it or never checked it because. Yeah, that's rough. What is this? Oh, potions. Okay. It's hard when as a commentator, as a viewer, to watch somebody walk past what they need multiple times. But that's rando, baby. You never know. So, like, where could these other swords be? Left side swamp.
Couple bad checks in Pod.
Like vanilla big key chest.
Yeah.
Hype cave. We haven't found that yet, I don't think.
Have we seen Tile Room?
Yes, Gylgamesh did Tile Room, I believe. We haven't found the book to check tablets. Could be on the pad. Haven't done Smith Chain either.
2 of them just hanging out in the well.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sword lock swords, you know. Gylgamesh going for the bufferless. I like the block clip down in the bottom row of blocks.
I don't even use anything. I just like turn the controller aside, start clip, and don't even hold anything.
Yeah. Oh hey, look, there's Hyrule Castle, right? All right, gets the first mimic clip. No, and then they're back in. Honestly, that's a better way to do it, because I've definitely been in this room that he's in and accidentally walked the previous mimics into this room. And then I had 3 mimics I had to mimic clip out of there.
Oh, that's fantastic. Hey, Soyr's back here. Maybe he'll get his boost.
So the Beamos are not shooting Gylgamesh because, I believe, of a sprite overload, because the mimics that you normally kill in the previous room are still alive. So there's just too much. The super tile currently is too busy for them to notice you.
Correct.
It's hazy. Fog of war. Gylgamesh having a heck of a time trying to get these mimics out of here.
That's kind of when your thumb starts to feel a little bit sore. So
yeah. That's when you start switching to buffered. Oh, gets 1. Gets 2. All right.
And Soyhr about to be immensely disappointed. See ya, Mimic.
I don't think I ever would have guessed this would turn out into a sword go mode seed based on what we had.
Right? I mean, between the 2 runners, we were what? We were like, we either need flippers or we need something else. It's like, what? Come on. Okay, never mind.
Soyhr couldn't get back in because the door was sucking him in when he was trying to go back into the portal. For doors like that, or just doors in general, if you hold diagonally, you shouldn't enter them. Most entrances, there are some that are different. I feel like you can avoid getting trapped in that entrance and can get in.
Or you could also tap left or right and then hold up left, and you'll be fine.
Or you could also, like, you know, in that instance, you can even hold a bomb above your head or Samaria.
Yeah.
And then just walk up, throw it. Actually, no, that won't work, because I think you'll still go in the entrance. Never mind.
No, you won't, as long as you're holding something above your head.
Well, there's some entrances that you can, like back a desert.
That's true.
Carry that rock in there. So, but maybe, I don't know. What an interesting seed this turned out to be for these runners.
And imagine how early those boots would have been for one of these runners if they took a Paradox exit with that mirror. Yeah,
Soyhr had the mitts for quite a bit longer than Gylgamesh did.
He did, but you didn't need it. You had 2 ways of getting to my area. Yeah, TR West you could have gone out easily, and through Paradox.
That's the tough thing, man. I mean, there's so many options, especially when it comes to connectors.
It is.
It's so tough to make that right call. Especially in a mode like this where, you know, you don't know what you need. You don't know if you're looking for entrances. You don't know if you're looking for items.
Oh, Gylgamesh. Okay, he's doing good. Okay, Soyhr, come on. Oh, man.
Grab the small key. Probably going to be a pod one. Oh, no. Air basement.
Even worse.
Are we going back for... What are we going back for?
Double firebar, big chest, maybe?
Ugh.
Yeah, Gylgamesh has to go for density, right? Hookshot Cave, I mean, makes sense. 4 quick checks.
I'm a little surprised that Soyhr didn't at least go into Mire over going back here. I mean, obviously the prospect of going in there with the big key in hand is really nice, but I feel like these entrances, these items are just void, null, ignored.
And you do dig game before you go into Mire, though, right? I mean,
Yeah. Alright, that's... We're still looking for that sword, so Gylgamesh has to go find a sword somewhere. The only one we are aware of is in Hookshot Cave, which he has access to via 2 entrances. Either he can get to, what is the C-shaped hut in Village of Outcast, or save and quit, start at the mountain, save and quit, and that'll take you to Dark Death Mountain. Then you just mirror and go into Hookshot Cave in the middle fairy drop down. Did you get all that, chat? I was very verbose about all that. Did you get all that? Did all those words that I say make sense? Okay, good. Or, you know, just finds Hype Cave here in Bonk Rocks. Watch a connector.
All right, one last reminder, chat. Don't forget to give these 2 runners a follow. They're in this tournament for a reason, putting on a great show for everybody. And also give my co-com, Willard J. Bradley, a follow, as well as Keaton, our tracker, doing a fantastic job today.
And don't forget to follow Lana Bean because they're cool.
Aww.
I'm not content with Sawyer's choices here at the end.
A little bit.
I mean,
Gylgamesh, though. Gylgamesh.
Not just because we know that there's nothing here, but I feel like there's better choices to be making.
Yeah, Gylgamesh just went the wrong way, too.
He's going to pod, it looks like.
Which is the right call.
It will get him a bow, which doesn't do much for him at this point.
No, it'll put him in go mode, right?
No, he needs a sword.
Never mind, he needs a sword. Never mind.
Yeah. So this is more time for Soyhr, but yeah, they need 2 things. They need to go to Bomb Hut or Bomb Shop to find the Mire Big, and then go to Cave 45 to go complete Mire, and or do Digging Game to get the Fire Rod, and then do that other stuff. Or, I mean, in this case, you get Fire Rod, you do Mire. I don't know. If only that Mire Big was also on the path to finding Mire. So you go Fire Rod, Mire Big, Mire. That would be perfect.
I mean,
But it goes Fire Rod, Mire Big.
Yeah, or you can just use your hammer and start at your house and start South Dark World. You get your Mire Big key from the Bomb Hut, and you just go to Mire. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Also, still need the Fire Rod.
Well, Sawyer's going for the Castle Tower play.
And GT Small at Harmless Eggway.
This is such a tough call.
It is. It's not going to be what they're looking for, but
No.
it's a play.
Like, there is nothing to gain from this, as far as we know. I mean, you might get a sword, but...
Maybe a pod smaller, too. Gylgamesh
Yeah.
about to be disappointed.
Lol.
Well, there's 2 of my Triforce pieces I didn't get.
It's such a tough call, too, because, like, when you know you just need items right now, you want to go for items. You don't want to go for entrances, even though some of those entrances do lead to the items that we need. It's just the nature of it, and going for density feels like the good play, but it's just unfortunate that this density check is a lengthy one, especially depending on how many blue balls Agate decides to give us.
Still a bit funny if there's 2 swords behind CD.
That would be really funny. I'd be surprised if we actually see any of our other swords.
At this point, how many checks do we have, though?
Not that many.
I mean, we have, what, Firelock front side of TR?
No, we've seen that. We see all that on Gilgamesh's side.
Oh, okay.
So,
right after TR.
I think we just have that elusive Hype Cave I don't think we've seen. Left side swamp and these Cackball items.
And Hype Cave has to be Pyramid for it, right?
If we've actually seen everything else, then yeah.
Well, we've seen Bumper Top, we've seen TR Ledge, we've seen all of Mire area.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure Hype Cave has to be behind 5-6. Which means if there's a sword in Hype Cave and a sword in The well, yeah.
Yeah. Man, I just gotta imagine that Gilgamesh has just completely forgotten about Hookshot Cave. That's such a quick, easy, dense location to go to.
That's good
Nice
for
song.
Soyhr. Yeah. Okay, is Gilgamesh going there now?
This might be it. If he's going to Hookshot Cave from here, then he definitely never checked those ones on the mountain.
Oh, back of Skull. Have we seen that yet?
Oh, no, we haven't. Or no. No, we haven't. Soyhr was back there, but did not have the fire rod.
Okay, this is maybe Hookshot Cave.
There. All right. He's gonna hit go mode. Ooh, but we'll get Master Sword Silverless Ganon. Yay!
We're gonna see what's in the well too.
What a treat. Now, don't forget, chat. This is a best of 3 series. So, no matter the outcome of this, there will still be at least one more game. Ta-da! But potentially 2 more. But yeah, just a reminder, these two did play against each other in the group stage before this, where Gilgamesh did take both games. I'm not exactly sure which modes that the two of them played. I feel like the majority of people did choose to ignore open mode and just wanted to do cross hunt and all dungeon key sanity. Yeah, Gilgamesh is looking to go 4-0, ideally for him.
And an FYI to chat, we do have game 2 happening same time tomorrow, 80 keys.
See, nobody wants to play open mode. Why is it even there?
All right.
Now,
go ahead.
What they should have done, because I've been playing around with some different open mode settings. There's an open boots enemizer mode that's really fun to play. I don't think it's a good race mode because I don't find boss shuffle to be good competitively, but it's a nice take on the normal open mode, in my opinion.
And we do have more races coming up later on today. We have 6:10 p.m. Eastern, 3:10 p.m. Pacific, ETM versus Kantao on this very channel. And also a couple hours later, 9:10 p.m. Eastern, 6:10 p.m. Pacific, we have 80 keys with the runners GFE and Gamachu. That is their second game.
Got an Ice Palace Small. We got some bombs. Is there anything else in here? A heart container, $20, and a small key to pod. What a bummer. That hurts. That's when you know, like, it's probably over. At least that's what my brain would be telling me.
Hey, have we seen Sick Kid?
We have now. All right, Gilgamesh makes it out of phase. No, he's still on phase 1. He's having a little bit of a struggle with this first phase of Ganon. Not really getting the Samaria strats well. And almost getting taken out by these bats. He's getting beat up. Oh my gosh. Or phase 2, excuse me. Okay, you want to count along with us while we count all the Master Sword spins for the final phase?
We call this 52 spin pickup for reasons, chat.
Yeah, what's unfortunate for Soyhr here is even if they did go get their fire rod, that's still not enough. It just really... The fact that Meyer locked Swamp was really unfortunate. That's that illusion of choice. Where it's like, oh man, I can pick from all these different dungeons to beat for my go mode, and then of course one of them locks the other one, so you're kind of forced in.
It's kind of one of the reasons the makers of this mode put GT as 0 crystal locked, is to make sure a dungeon couldn't at least be locked down then. Mm-hmm. Or at least, couldn't generally lock it, even though it could have an entrance.
Chat, I haven't been counting at all. Oh, Soyr's about to get their fire rod. But that's the thing is, you get the fire rod and you just immediately go to TR instead, and gonna miss out on the Meyer stuff.
Yup.
That hurts so much. 19 rupees short, I believe.
And then got him immediately from, I want to say Stumpy gave you $20 and just didn't go back.
It was at the flute spot was the 20.
Oh, okay.
But chose to not go. Did also immediately find Meyer down there, but also chose not to dip that yet.
God, do we ever see
So-
Smith Chain?
No, we haven't. Vanilla Sword. Yeah, what an interesting seed. I honestly, this was not the ending I was expecting. Not in regards to results, but in regards to how these runners got to their Triforce pieces, particularly Gylgamesh. I mean, who needs a bow, right?
Right?
Who needs
And,
it?
By the way, chat, don't forget to get your GGs in the chat for Gylgamesh finishing.
Congratulations, Gylgamesh. Goes up 1 game. Takes the first round. We'll be seeing more 80 keys tomorrow. Same time. Maybe the same place. Who knows? It's a mystery.
And official time for Gylgamesh of 1:48:47.
Let's see if we can get our runners in here. So we can yap at them. In a friendly manner, of course. And we do welcome the winner of this race, Gylgamesh. Hello, howdy. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like I need to practice my Samari again a little bit more.
Yes.
GGs.
Yes, you do. Please. And you know what? Practice that mimic clip a little bit too.
Listen, the pod mimic clip was like 5 seconds, and then
Mhm.
the GT Mimics 1 and GT was fine too. That second one just I don't know.
The BMOS was
Yeah.
getting you. He was
staring me
eyeballing
down.
you. It was a very interesting race to watch because obviously we have all the information separate from you both individually. So Soyhr having both bows relatively early.
Oh, where were those? I mean,
Well,
obviously
you
I know
got
where the one was.
yeah. The other one was a series of connectors. It was in a spectacle cave up on Death Mountain at the
I never
Super
found
Bunny
any
entrance at the
to
top.
Spec Cave.
So we were like, okay, well, Gylgamesh just needs to find one bow. But of course, one bow is in a dungeon you don't want to go into because there's just no pod smalls in existence.
Nope.
And then the other one was, I don't even remember how we even got up to Floating Island, but it's a tough thing when you're like in a situation where it's like, I just need items. I don't need entrances. I need items. So you want to just rush the items.
Right. Well, I did need at the end there because I was like, well, either a bow or the dam gets me go mode. So I was like, I'm probably gonna find the dam faster than finding a bow because the bow's like a needle in a haystack, whereas entrances are limited. So that's why I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And we also welcome Soyhr into the boot. GG's to you as well.
GG's.
Hey, GG, sir.
Heartbreaking moment of dig game fire rod short some rupees. That just sucks.
Well,
What are the odds, right?
I mean, pretty good apparently, because that's how
I mean,
was. Most of my matches
rupees-
with Gylgamesh is either by a Lionel or an item somewhere that I could have got. So
Rupees were kind of tough to come by early on in this seed too.
They were. You guys were pretty poor for a while.
Yeah, I don't think Gylgamesh ever did. You never did Catfish Zora, or at least never did Zora.
Because I never had the money for it. I was
Yeah.
my initial Dark World trip. I was thinking about doing North Route, current jumping over to Catfish, but I was like, I don't have money for Zora, so I'm not gonna do that.
And then I think you got there was a 300 in a big chest somewhere significant, but I was thinking it was GT, but no, I think that was a small key or something. But yeah, it was interesting down the line. I think Soyhr had the first Triforce piece, and then it was kind of a little bit back and forth, and then it was just like, we know where the bows were, we knew where the dam was, flippers, and it's like, who's gonna find what they need first? It was hard to predict, honestly.
Yeah, Soyhr had a couple of outs. Soyhr could have gone to South Bomb Shop, got your Meyer big, beat Meyer, turn in green pendant, get flippers for go, or Fire Rod, and then Meyer Big would have been go as well. And it's just South Dark World just unfortunately bit today.
Where was Meyer Big?
I think it was Bomb Shop, wasn't it?
The bomb shop, which was Bombable Hut. I don't know.
Oh,
did you ever?
You mean,
did you have?
mean the save and you mean the mirror that I did out at Eastern and didn't have the red crystal? Yeah.
No. The entrance,
Oh.
like the entrance to Bomb Shop had Bombable Hut with the Meyer Big in it.
Oh, brewery. Okay.
Brewery.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then apparently Green Pendant just has your flippers.
Which, in a mode like this is frustrating because it's like I want to have the choice of what 2 dungeons I can skip, but then you have a situation where one immediately leads to the other. So it kind of took some of your outs out to get back in while Gylgamesh was floundering for his bow and sword. We never found the other 2 swords. They don't exist.
Boy, I don't even know. Like, yeah, because I was looking at my tracker and everything and looking for density, and there really wasn't a ton left. Obviously, there was the Agate Tower climb, which I did not do, but
Yeah, we did see that on Sawyer's side, and it led to a pod small and another useless small key, I think.
okay.
So
But yeah, like
Ice Palace,
Hype Cave,
small,
wherever Hype Cave is, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's either Hype Cave or Left Side Swamp, or
Yep.
both, on one sword apiece. Gilgamesh, did you ever see the front of Hookshot Cave initially?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I was right, chat. You were wrong.
I thought Gilgamesh saw it and just said no early on.
Was it? Where was it? Was it one of the ones on the? Was it one of the drop downs on the mountain?
Yeah, the ones right behind
Okay.
the Mitz rocks, which we saw on
Yeah.
Sawyer's side relatively early because they went back through Super Bunny with the mirror.
I was gonna do that when I got the mirror with Super Bunny, but then I ended up finding the desert connector, which brought me to the other side of the mountain too, on the bottom. So I cleaned up most of those entrances, and I was like, I'm not gonna go through Super Bunny again. I'm not gonna walk through Super Bunny just for super entrances or anything else.
Yeah. The connectors in the seat were really interesting because, like, Sawyer did lose a little bit of time missing out on the boots in Meyer area, which was unfortunate. But, like, we had left side TR spit you out in Meyer. I think Paradox Top spit you out at a desert ledge, which got you... I don't remember what big key that was. Was it desert?
Yeah, that was
Thieves?
desert.
It was desert, okay.
No, you're about to find. Well, Thieves is coming up soon.
Oh, was Thieves in Meyer?
Thieves is on Bridge Chest.
Oh, yeah. So Meyer was...
Oh, okay.
Meyer was
Oh,
stacked
yeah.
then.
So Fire Rod and Dipping Meyer would have been the other go. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha. Or even just... Yeah.
Man, imagine
Yeah.
having Silvers to fight Vitreous.
That, I mean, you had like 12 bombs going into that fight. You made it work.
That's why I did the bomb upgrade when I saw the shop. I was like, well, I know where I'm going next, and if there's not a sword in Meyer, then I'm going to be doing nonsense. So
Well, that's why it was such an interesting race, because, both you guys were missing such key items that it was hard to determine who was going to come out on top. And the Fire Rod, unfortunately, hurt Sawyer, but there was... The thing about this mode is there's still potential. And like the lack of bows for Gilgamesh definitely hurt you too, because you had a beatable Eastern and Pod just chilling.
I mean,
Where are those bows?
The Fire Rod didn't necessarily lock too many items. Obviously, it locks two Triforce pieces between Trinex and Ice Palace. I don't remember there being anything super crazy in Ice Palace. I don't think.
No, Ice Palace was. Oh wait, Ice Palace Big had the 300 that I was thinking of. Okay.
Half Magic was an Ice Palace. That was nice.
Yeah.
That was a nice get before doing the Gold Stair fight, because I wasn't really looking forward to that one.
I said you were
Yeah.
going to get it anyway, and it was fine. You got it. I was like, it's fine. It's just going to get half magic in here. It's fine. But nice clear rate and high.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Hi.
So, you guys met up in the group stage, and did you guys also do cross hunt and 80 keys then?
Yep.
Okay. And you're doing 80 keys again tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay. Well.
I've done one open so far this tournament. My goal is to make that the only one.
Why is it even there? But yeah, GG's to both you guys on a very fun race to watch. I'm hoping we see a game 3. You got to end Gilgamesh's undefeated record against you, Soyhr. You have to do it. You gotta dig his grave for all of us.
X for doubt.
You never know. Something funny could happen. You gotta believe.
Listen, I accidentally mismarked a tracker in one of my group games, and that's why I was only 5-1 instead of 6-0. So it can happen.
Anything can happen. You just gotta believe.
The problem is, if I win, then we have to play open, and
That's true. It's a lose-lose.
So.
Or win-lose, I guess.
Well, yeah. You got a point. But yeah, GG's to both you guys. Thanks again. Incredible race. Very fun to watch. Good luck to both of you tomorrow. Same time. Maybe same channel. We'll know. We'll have more information on that at a later time. Lana, do you have any last questions for our runners?
I don't think I did. I think we covered everything. Thank you both for agreeing to be on Restream. It was great. Great show, like Willard said. Fantastic to watch. And just one last reminder, chat, don't forget to give these two runners a follow, as well as my co-com Willard and our tracker, Keaton4779, all doing a great job today. Thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.